Another video. Should be a holiday weekend or something. Yeah, we're tinkering with the old Cletus a little bit. Apparently, it's been a while since I bought that fuel filter. Its part number's not coming up, but we figured it out. It's now just called a G2. One thing that I noticed when I took it for a spin around the block. Is that the hammer I want? That's one that'll work. Just kind of. This may even be the real deal. Kind of felt like tire was going low in the back. Well, back when I was a truck driver, rolling long distance rigs, 18-wheelers, all that good stuff, let's take a hammer and go thump your duals. See which one was flat. Inboard sure. That's feeling good. Because it wasn't really productive to grab a tire gauge every single time, so but a flat tire will go thud and a full tire will go thump like those did. So I just spent about $130 at Summit Racing. I got 2 big jugs and 2 of these jugs of Lucas Hot Rod Oil High Zinc coming. Ordered up another, there's a Wix oil filter on that truck, so I just ordered up another one. I forget what the model number is, 51060 or something like that. So grabbed one of those. I got, I think I ordered 4 fuel filters just to have a couple on hand here. I'm also going to write the number inside the service book that I have, the maintenance, the chassis book. So keep that on hand. Thought I had done that before, but so a couple of bucks spent on Cletus today. Now I got bearings for the front. I should probably think about doing those. And I have an idea to finish out what's left of this headache rack. It was just an old piece of plywood that ran across. But yeah, obviously I haven't washed it yet. So interior shot with all the boxes removed. So I added these. I wanted white. Thought I ordered white, but they came stainless. Wanted to match the old mirrors, but oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, I got an idea for a headache rack. We'll just bolt it to the inside of the bed. So I'll have to do some drilling. Gotta find my lights. Give them a bath. Get rid of all the schmutz. I actually like to pull these badges off and clean them. Maybe do some sort of gold paint inside the Chevy emblem and black or red inside the 30 there, but oh well. And those are not correct for this truck, but I put them on anyway. See, this fender's had a little bit of work, and a wall up and a kink, and I actually painted the inside of those all red, but they're wearing off. This whole grill was removed and repainted. It had been brush painted a few times in the past and had some dents in it, and I have the trim rings for on the headlights, but I never put them back on. I mentioned in the last video I've got collector plates on the truck. Spent a lot of money on this thing and can't even drive it legally. So this fender's actually in a lot better shape. I thought it was rotted out too, but it is not. But you can see how bad that door is. This one, yeah, she's a little crusty down here. So, rusty, crusty old truck. With a cool old flatbed on it. I have the builder's plate for that flatbed. I think it went right there. It's out of San Francisco. So, anywho, I think that's going to do it for this one. Just a quick update. Just a quick update. Gonna have to look into swapping that over to a dual master cylinder. Disconnect the battery so it doesn't kill it. Guess I should have checked when I had it running earlier if it was charging still. But let's throw this back in the truck. And am I remember if I got a missing wheel stud somewhere? Yeah, those have them all. I must have already replaced it. It's a little short. Yeah, those are all on. Yeah, those are there. So, I must have already replaced it. Okay. This is a heavy duty 1-ton. And these are 17.5-inch wheels. So obviously, there's not a lot of choices for tires. What size are these? These are double coin. I think it's a Korean brand. 8R 17.5s, RTS or RT500s. They were not cheap. They should last almost forever. Yeah, there's the. She's a 10,000 pound rated chassis. Your standard 1-ton is an 8,000 pound. So. I can't read it from here. I'm laying on a bad shoulder right now, but trim, paint, wheelbase, and somewhere certified net horsepower. There's your horsepower ratings. So your biggest motor you could have in 63 in this class truck was a 283. And that was the industrial truck engine. It would have been gray. Single or dual barrel carb. These private jets screwing along up there. But I believe, as I mentioned before, this is a 327. But I gotta get in there and find the casting number on the back of the block. It's just so greasy and grimy. But being an orange motor with the ram's horn style manifolds, it is not correct for this truck. But I don't really care. Now, in 63, you could have gotten in the 1.5 and 2.5 ton trucks a 348 or a 409, I believe. So how cool would it be to find a 409 drop under the hood of that thing, huh? With a 4-speed. Yeah. So, anyway. It's a cool old truck. I like it. I actually have clearance lights I was going to put on the cab, but I haven't. I don't think they're close at hand. But, nice bullet style, but they're plastic chrome. But I thought that would look kind of cool. But I won't worry about that until I get the rest of the truck buttoned up. Because You know, I'm not even worried about the hole in the fender on the other side. Just need to fix the cab. Because it leaks all along the top. There's holes underneath. Windshield is good. There's no crack. It's got a scratch on the far side, but I'm okay with that. Passenger side window over there is missing the metal trim, so I need to look into that. They are delaminating, but no big deal. But if I could get the floors squared away, possibly button up the top edge, you can see all the flaking rust. I have new weather stripping, I just haven't put it on. I gotta fix stuff like that, figure out where the drains are and clear them out. But, and I can get a sliding rear window for this thing. This one's got grinding slag on it, so it's rusting. Yeah, got a hornet's nest going inside here. Had one under the hood of the Jimmy when I was playing with it last week too. But no plans to put a radio in it at this time. But yeah. Fuel tank behind the seat. Need to get a new gas cap too. Maybe if I look into floor panels. I'm not going to do that this paycheck. But I did buy, I think it was this mirror. It only had one West Coast style mirror on it. I think it was passenger side. This side was, I forget what it had on it, but you'd have to go back and look at the older videos. Different style, but I found one on eBay when I picked these spot mirrors up, and would have liked them to have been a little bit smaller, a little bit lower. But yeah, they work. I like the styling cues on this truck. I like the kick out over the windshield, almost like a visor. This is the last year of the curved windshield and the way the door shapes, but I like that. It's reminiscent of the old bullnose Chevys. And I also like the roof on the back. It's almost got like a spoiler, and then the way it notches in the back here. So, you know, kind of some jet age styling on the old pickup trucks. And you can see that it's got a relief cut for a bigger back window, but I don't know if they ever made that. I think GMC had one. I don't know if Chevy ever had one. I'd have to look into that. But I'm just going to keep the small window. But like I say, I can get a slider for it. So, but yeah, I don't know, maybe this weekend we'll tackle the headache rack. It's going to be some drilling. Hopefully they got good bits. Oil and everything won't be here till next weekend. So, oh well. But that's going to do it for this video. Done rambling on about the old truck. Like I said in the last one, somebody had mentioned while we were watching it, I guess from the one where I moved the trucks, I didn't even know you had that thing. It's like, well, I haven't done a whole lot with it. I'm trying to remember when I bought that truck. 2013? 14? I don't remember if I had it before or after I bought the Cruise, but it's been a few years. But I've never changed the oil on it since I've had it. I bought it for $100, and I drove it home. And I had to take a ferry, so I was really worried it wasn't going to start because it sat for a few years. So the story goes, the guy I bought it from, he was restoring an old 60s vintage travel trailer. And he was making it all Art Deco on the inside, and he was into all the old mosaic woodworking and whatnot. But he'd paid a guy to drag that thing up from, I think it was Fresno. And then at the last minute the guy backed out. And this dude really wanted his trailer. So he flew down there and then immediately started searching for for a truck, and he found this thing. And it was overheating, and the heater core was shot. So they bypassed the heater core. Says the lights were intermittent, but the stereo worked good. And drove it all the way up from California, and then parked it on a piece of property, and it never moved. So I think he put 2 new tires on it. But they were pretty well shot when I got it, so this has got 6 new double coins. And I've got way more in tires than the truck will ever be worth. But yeah, then I bought it, and it's just pretty much been sitting. Like I said, first few years I'd fire it up, try to do it every month, crank it, run around the block a couple of times. Took Kevin for a ride in it a few years ago, and he made a comment that sounds like one of the wheel bearings was going bad. But I think I bought a set of bearings. They're probably sitting in the house somewhere. So I should pull the front wheels off one of these days and tinker with that. But anywho, oil change next weekend, new filter. Got oil or fuel filters coming. I'm not going to worry about anything else because it starts up and seems to run okay. So we'll just do the bare minimum for now. Start looking into floor pans. And I don't know if I can get the little bottom patch pieces for the fenders. Maybe we'll buy a set of those, or at least one. Go from there. See what we can do to patch up the cab a little bit and preserve the old truck. Like I said, I don't want to restore it. I want an old beater truck. And that's an old beater truck. So that runs, as you saw in the last video. She runs and drives very well. Goes down the road nice and straight, and it'd be kind of neat to take that one to car shows. But love to find an old 60s vintage John Deere riding mower, garden tractor, and fix it up and put it in the back of that. Now I think it's a JD110 is the model number. It looks like a miniature farm tractor. And it's got, you know, a smooth flywheel that kind of kicks back on the front of the hood, and you can get the 2 headlights mounted on the side. It's got the old pan style seat, and I think they even have the old rear fenders that kind of just protect you to the side. But I can find them, but they're big bucks. But if I could find one with a mow deck, I could at least justify that by possibly heading out to the brother's place to mow the grass on occasion. But I don't know, that'd be kind of neat. Just get one of those and, you know, respray it and clean it all up and get it running good, and then I could just throw it in the back of the truck and take it down to car shows and whatnot. But anywho, enough of me rambling. It's almost 20 minutes of absolutely nothing. So we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.